My friend, I have some meaningful message to tell you. The videos that you see on YouTube, most of them that portray programming, where they do challenges, they are not real. They brainwash you. And let me explain you how it works and why I don't recommend watching any of that if you want to be a great programmer. So here is some golden nuggets for you to understand and to think about. Lately, I had my friend coming up to me and he asked me this thing. He's a young lad. He's 17 or 18 years old. He builds apps, he programs, he teaches himself how to code. He learns how to code, how to create. And that's great. And he had some question to me. So he came up to me. And he asked this one question. How long does it take to build one component, one React component? How long does it take? And I told him, it's like probably 2, might be 3 days, might be longer. It depends on what you are building. Some components, if you create something with React, they might be really complicated, right? But if you're creating something pretty basic or like middle class of the basic stuff, then it will take you up to 2 days because you need to write the component, type the tests for that, check it with all of the states, etc. You need to build a storyboard for that. Everything needs to be, tip top if you create an app. And you know what he told me? He told me that he felt a relief when I told him that, because he thought that he is really poor at programming. He doesn't do so well. And I asked him, why does he think so? And then he told me that he was watching this YouTube video where some YouTuber, some well-known guy, did 12 apps in 12 hours. And that boiled my blood inside of me. You know why? Because if you go to the YouTube and if you are looking for some content to get an inspiration for coding, see how someone creates an app, see how someone, produces some code. You stumble upon those videos that have thousands and thousands of views and thousands of likes. And you see it might be interesting. And there is some guy with some cup, he puts his hand into that cup. He takes out the ticket and he reads out the app idea that someone told him to do. Some stupid app idea, like calculator which doesn't work all the time. And he happily codes that, He shows you the snippets and the highlights of the process where he, typed some stuff and it's all fine and great and we are having a great time. It's a fun challenge. You know what? He created a tiny, I wouldn't even call it an app, tiny piece of code. There were 3 or 4 buttons. He did some basic arithmetical stuff. And then he chooses another ticket and codes another app. And he spent 12 hours on that. My friend, let me tell you something. And I will provide you a real information. He wasted 12 hours of his life and probably 10 minutes of yours. You know why? Because the things that he created, the things that he built are useless. They don't provide anything other than entertainment. But on the other side of that is the anxiety that those young lads, those young programmers get, because they see someone who types 12 apps and he's so cool, so nice. And then you think to yourself, if you don't have this real world experience, that it's possible to create 12 apps in 12 hours. Then you think that you could create a Facebook in 3 days or something like this. That's a scam, my friend. That's how you tell the difference between a scammer and the real programmer. Because real programmers, they spend not hours, not 1 day, not 2 days on the application. They spend months and even years to build something meaningful. And it's not a quick process. It's not always about building some funny looking stuff and, looking at the fun IDE. It comes with the struggle. You will struggle. You will spend hours on creating a single component. You will be rewarded for that struggle, because if you see that something is working and you make progress and someone will use it, it will motivate you. It will push you further, because you are building something meaningful. And if you look at those YouTubers who probably sat there for 2 days, not 12 hours, but a couple of days, they were programming that, and then they show you that they did it in 12 hours. That's a complete scam, my friend. Don't believe any of that. If you are going to build something, it will take you days to build single components of the application. If you are trying to build something bigger, it will take days and weeks and months to master that technology, to read about it, to go to the Stack Overflow, see all of those problems, because you will encounter many problems. Coding is not like on YouTube. Those people portray it as something flawless that they do in their free time and they enjoy it and it's so cool. My friend, this is not the reality of programming. I know that you're watching this because you want to know the truth and you want to be greater at programming. And I believe that one day you will be a great programmer. So in order to be one, don't believe any of the stuff that they tell you in those entertainment videos, because those YouTubers get sponsored by someone else and they get money for that. For showing the ads of what software they use, of what courses they wouldn't do, but they sell it to you. They get money, they get entertainment, and you get the anxiety. My friend, don't sell your time. Your time is precious. Don't look at that. Don't watch that. If you want to watch some programming content, go to some video that actually teaches you stuff, teaches you concepts, explains you the solutions to the problems. Don't watch this coding entertainment, because you will have the false perception of what it is to be a coder. And hopefully, if you will become a coder, then you will see that it was all a scam. But many young people, they don't know that, and they believe that they will be the next Bill Gates in 2 days of coding a clone of Twitter, where you just, have one button and one text box. I could do that in 10 minutes, and it doesn't make me a creator of the next award-winning application. It's not an application, it's a piece of program. My friend, don't be deceived. That's it for today's video. Go to the links below, check them out, and we'll see you very soon.